Every season, the Football Manager has its ups and downs. For example, we just got our youth intake for Season 2, and it looks absolutely fantastic. You see it on your screen, a potential golden generation for the club. A scores for goalkeeper, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, even though we don't really use the role, but false nine, we could train them. Doesn't matter. 3 strikers who are considered to be fine prospects. Everything is going great. Until we receive news that our starting goalkeeper, Saulo, after jumping, suffered a moderate groin strain in training, of course, and is going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks. Try not to worry about it, dude. We don't have a lot in reserve. In fact, we're really going to put our backup goalkeeper, 21-year-old Pedro Montavani, to the test because he is going to be taking the reins of the club until Saulo is able to come back. Welcome, everyone, to our Youth Academy Challenge. I'm Mr. Cellophane. If you've been enjoying the series so far, make sure you hit that like button, please. Thank you. All the support we've gotten for the series, I greatly appreciate it. The subscribers to the channel, thank you all for being here. If you are not one and you want to join the Academy, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you know when each and every episode of the series is out. Frankly, the Saulo injury could not have come at a worse time for us because we have been in really good form since the last episode. We took on Maringa, who was ahead of us and in that qualification spot that we are so desperately coveting. We took them on at home and we beat them easily by a score of 3-0. Gabriel Rosera, JP, and Carlau each picking up a goal. The goal from Carlau was off of a set piece. The cross came over. It went over everyone's head, landed at his feet. He just calmly stood there and said, "Oh, look at this." And he popped it over the goalkeeper, who went kind of low, expecting that low shot from that far post position. But instead, he popped it right over him and gave us a very easy victory. And we carried that over to one of the teams in the relegation zone as we took them on at home, Ituano. 2-0 again. Lucas Stefanello and an own goal from Wellington. The goal was assisted, the Stefanello goal was assisted by Vini Oliveira. Vini Oliveira also responsible for putting the ball into the dangerous position where it ricocheted off of the Ituano defender to give us our second consecutive clean sheet and a victory. Not as fortunate in the next match against Villanova. They were in 16th coming into this match, and it was a cagey affair to begin with, and they finally broke through in the 69th minute. We tied it up thanks to Rodrigo Haruki in the 83rd. They got a goal back again, Gabriel Proveda in the 84th, before Leo Souza scored in the 85th. Now, Leo had come to us saying, "Hey, I think I deserve more playing time." And we said, "Dude, calm down. You're behind Daniel. You're behind, the 16-year-old. You're behind Vitor Ruiz." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm unhappy about this." So he took his grumpiness, but we put him on the bench anyway, and we put him on the pitch anyway, and he ended up scoring the equalizer. So sometimes getting a player angry is the best thing you can do. Unfortunately, though, even though we took 7 of a possible 9 points, we still find ourselves on the outside looking in. We've moved up into 9th place on 18 points. We are even on points with CSA and Sampaio Correa. They just have more wins than we do. Those 6 draws are really coming back to haunt us. Then we still remain a point behind America de Natal. We are somehow behind Tombense, the team that drew us in match week 2. But we are also only 6 points off of Retro at the top of the table. So we can still make something happen in today's episode. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Vini Oliveira has picked up a hamstring strain, and he is also not available for this match against Nova Iguaçu. Now, they are in 19th place. They're in the relegation zone, so hopefully we'll be able to get the points we so desperately need. Do we play Dudu in one final match before he leaves us? I think we will. So Oliveira will need to go out. Kwame Richard is injured. He's unavailable. Who do we have that we can bring on as a right wing just in case? Nicholas, he's passed the fitness test. He's not quite ready to get started, but he will be in there. Meanwhile, Saulo does need to come out. Montavani is in. That means we're going to need a backup. That's going to be 20-year-old João Pantera. I'm not even going to show him to you because if he's in the match, we are in big, big trouble, my friends. So it is going to be, do I want JP? I do want JP in the match. I absolutely love Lucas Diaz, but he has picked up so many yellow cards so far this season. He's another booking away from another one-match ban. 1 goal, 1 assist in 20 appearances throughout. Numbers don't really show it, but he does play a very solid defensive game. It's just those yellow cards that get him in trouble. So it is going to be Pedro Montavani in goal, a back four of Gabriel Abdias, Nathan Silva, Carlau, and JP. Daniel and Victor Reis are going to man the midfield. Rodrigo Haruki is our left wing starter for this match. Dudu's going to be on the right-hand side. Gabriel Rosera, the captain, will be paired with Diogo Ianello. I'm not really impressed with Diogo Ianello these days, but needs must. Jay Carlos is not yet back fully fit. He is in training, but he is just not fit enough to actually make a difference on this team. So this is a match we should be winning. Get out there and do it. We are in 9th. They are in 19th. And if somehow we do not manage all 3 points in this match at home, I'll be very upset, like I am with Dudu for hanging on to the ball and dribbling himself into trouble. In fact, right now, the opposition absolutely dominating in possession in the early going, and they have a final third throw-in. Andre drops it back. Arthur Neves into the middle, looking for a Liguria, and then Gabriel Abidas able to clear it, and Montavani called into service for the first time in the match. He will punch that out behind for a corner kick. In fact, it was the second of the shots on goal for the opposition. We are so far not quite playing the game we need to, although the possession number is starting to tick up, so we are gaining ground and starting to re-exert our dominance, our influence on the match right now, although we don't have a highlight to show for it. Oh, ask and ye shall receive. Abdias in, getting it back from Haruki, looking for Daniel, but Alegria picks it off, goes up that right sideline, cuts to his right, Joshua with it. He's got men making runs into the box. He'll take it himself and blissfully miss. I think this may be one of those matches where we go into a more attacking mode and just, so we don't become complacent, we force ourselves to be that little bit more aggressive that we might normally just be, as JP picks up the clearance, carries it deep into the middle. Dudu denied by the goalkeeper. It's going to go out for an Ituano throw. 1 of 45 minutes, my friends. No score at the end of the first half. I will say I don't like what I saw from this team. And Dudu is coming out. Let's give Pedro Maleros the opportunity. Although Nicholas is feeling a little better, we might make some changes with the striker. We'll bring Nicholas in and have him play on that left wing side as we get things underway in this second half. Joshua in control over the Fernandinho. Not much happening in the first minute or so of the final 45 of this match. 8-5, we are out shooting the opposition. We have our XG is absolutely ridiculous compared to theirs, but we still find ourselves even on the scoreboard in the 54th minute. Ball sent long, Carlau ahead. Gabriel Rosera works his way into some free space. Haruki gets it free to Rosera again. Rosera dipsy-doos to his left into the box, gets past his man, sends it across, and he could not connect. Is that JP? No, that was Pedro Maleros. Just could not find him on the back post. We had men in the middle, but it was a bit of an errant pass. And honestly, not the greatest effort we possibly could have seen. 30 minutes remaining in this match, and things just not looking like they are going to be going our way. And this, I feel, is going to be another time where we play down to the level of competition, and we find ourselves giving away points that we should be holding on to. Nathan Silva's not doing great. Let's give Mancini some playing time. We have not seen him in a while. Meanwhile, Rosera's going to move over. Rodrigo Haruki's going to move over, and we're going to bring in, I did promise we would bring Nicholas into the match. Although Lucas Stefanello has been a good viable option over there, we could replace one of our strikers with him if things don't change in a little bit. I think Nicholas does give us slightly more creativity out on the left side than what we had before. Alegria, the João Victor, Lucas Gomez. They don't have a lot of guys in the middle. They're really like working around this outside. Alegria, Lucas Gomez, back to Alegria, cuts it into the box. He's got a clear shot, and he's going to put that over everything. The good news is that Pedro Montavani, knock on Formica again, in his debut, looks like he may be keeping a clean sheet unless we do something really super stupid here, which is highly possible. We have made some pretty dumb mistakes in some of these matches that we should be winning, where we end up in a draw. Malheiros taking it deep, still with it, tripped up, penalty, well earned in the 78th minute. Guilherme upends him. I don't know if that's our Guilherme, who is a left back that we got in our youth intake last year that we loaned out. I don't think so. I think he's playing at a lower level. Gabriel Rosera steps up and drills it home. Felipe Garcia did guess correctly, but Rosera ultimately making him pay. I couldn't think of a good way to finish off that sentence. I do apologize, you guys. Let's make some further changes. Haruki is coming off for Lucas Stefanello. I knew that one of our strikers was going to eventually do something. Nicholas is struggling to meet the pace and the needs of the match. So is Mancini. It has been a while since they have played, to be perfectly fair. And Daniel will make way for Leo Souza, who did score in relief in our last match, as we talked about. So if he's going to be grumpy about his playing time, we'll put him out there and say, okay, then show us what you got. JP up to Malheiros. Circles around, still with it along the far sideline, throws it into the middle. Nicholas is going to let that go by, and it will be clear. Joshua gets around his man. Leo Yako offside. He's going to score, but the goal will be disallowed. All right, Carlão in control in their end. Just a couple of minutes remaining in regulation. If we can add a second and ice this game, it would be fantastic. But let's not get careless, folks. Pedro Malheiros, again, along the sideline. He'll drop it back for JP. Back over the top. Malheiros has two men in the middle. One of them is Gabriel Rosera. He's got his second of the night. It's a brace, and Ituano's going to win. Of course, we're not going to go gently into that good night. Off of the ensuing kickoff, played out wide, Guilherme ahead. Jandinho in for Fernandinho. Back for Guilherme. I love these one-name players in Brazil. I mean, we've yet to come across a Fred, which is slightly disappointing. Carlão winning it back, though. Stefanella drops it back. Victor Reis dispossessed by Joshua. Fernandinho to Leo Yaka out wide. Guilherme's got it. He'll hold play up. Turning it over, though, to JP, who steps in front of that pass. JP charging up that right sideline. JP still with it. He's got men running into the box. JP picked off by Jandinho. JP, though, gets it back. Malheiros into the middle, deflected. Stefanello, his shot will ricochet off of the center back and out for a corner. Well, a little bit of excitement, but it didn't look like we were ever really going to lose this match. Nova Iguaçu did put up a fight. It took 79 minutes and a penalty call for Gabriel Rosera to put us ahead, but then he added a second. An assist from Pedro Malheiros, his first of the season at the senior level, and 3 very well-deserved points. And with those well-deserved points, a well-deserved spot in the qualification zone for now, sitting in 6th. 21 points. Are still 6 points behind Retro, but we are putting distance between ourselves and the relegation zone. We are now 10 points safe with 6 matches remaining to play in the season. For the second consecutive year, we signed Gabriel Rosera to a new 4-year deal. Now he's going to be signed with the club through the end of December of 2031. The reason being is, did not realize with his last contract, he had a foreign team's minimum fee release clause of like 63 grand. And I felt that was just a wee bit too low, so we got rid of that. You may also have noticed the window behind me. It's gotten a little bit darker. In the middle of recording this episode, I kind of had to walk the dog, and then I kind of got distracted by the dog. We do have good news as we're taking on Sampaio Correa here in Série C. Only a couple of matches remaining in the season, and hopefully we can hang on to that qualification spot. The very good news is Jay Carlos is back, so he'll be paired up front with Gabriel Rosera, which means Rodrigo Haruki will just remain on the left wing. We're getting JP started on the right-hand side. Nicholas still coming back. He's not fully quite 100% match fit, and JP has been playing so well, but we also wanted to get Lucas Diaz in there. Victor Reis and Daniel are going to be paired in the midfield. Kwan Richard is back in as our left back, and Nathan Silva will be paired with Carlão. Mateus Mancini is wanted by a number of clubs. We have offered him out for $150,000. His top value is $50,000, but he also has a release clause for teams here in Brazil for like $4.5 million. So I think $150,000, that's a steal. So here we go, my friends, an opportunity for us to keep the good times rolling. Now, Sampaio Correa is currently sitting in 5th place. They are ahead of us in the table, but a win today will put us that much closer to qualifying for the second phase, and that is where we need to be. We were in that qualifying spot with just 2 matches left to go last season. We ended up bottling it. Hopefully we do not do that again this year, but I've got to say we've been playing a lot better in the run-in so far. Jay Carlos has it picked off by Isaeus. He'll throw it long. Nathan Silva will settle that down. No green and yellow shirts in the neighborhood. Juan Richard up for Rodrigo Haruki. Now he's going to overlap. Haruki, though, stays with it, carrying it deep, cutting it inside, taking it into the box, finding Gabriel Rosera. Haruki to Rosera, making it 1-0 less than 3 minutes into the match. Gotta love a good individual effort, but a kickoff highlight for the opposition as Sampaio Correa is in control. I realized I had to write their name down, otherwise I wasn't going to remember. Good ball across. Isaeus with a lane, and somehow he sneaks one past Pedro Montavani to equalize. 45 seconds later, Montavani should have seen this all the way. He wasn't screened, didn't have it. This is what happens when you put in a young goalkeeper who just has not seen a lot of playing time at this level. Pretty weak sauce effort, in my opinion. That being said, a draw wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, although the live table did just update and we currently find ourselves in 7th place. We're even on points with America de Natal. We're not going to look at the scores right now. I don't want to be too concerned about it. Jay Carlos along that right wing feeds it inside. JP give and go. Jay Carlos once again back to the edge of the box. Vitoriz, JP, back post. Haruki in the middle looking for Rosera, and they will clear it. Juan Richard tracking it down, looking to recycle it quickly. Victor Reis, Haruki with it, taking a shot from range, and it's just going to whistle over the bar. So as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by that highlight, it looks like we are still tenuously, regardless of whether we win, lose, or draw, still tenuously holding on to a spot in the top 8 qualification spaces. But hopefully Daniel, very dangerous from these set pieces, could make them pay. And oh, what a save made by Vinicius Machado, keeping us off of the scoreboard with the second, but we are dominating in shots on goal. We've already managed 7. Bad turnover though by Daniel, but he gets it back. Haruki, Rosera will drop it off. Daniel dribbles with it before feeding it to the left wing side. Juan Richard, Juan toward the edge of the box, carrying it into the area. Into the middle, Rosera dropping it back. Haruki, a shot blocked. JP getting the rebound. He's blocked. He'll track down the loose ball, cross it over back post. Juan Richard, yeah, he can't get that header into a good position. That scoreline right now of 1-1 does favor the opposition just a little bit, but hopefully we are going to be able to break through before the half. Nope, we're not. I think we are going to make some changes. So we're going to move JP back, see if he does a little bit better back there. If not, we'll bring somebody else in. Nicolas is in. He is obviously not match fit. Daniel has made a couple of mistakes, and that has given me a little bit of pause. So Leo Souza is coming in as we make multiple changes with about 25 minutes left in this match. Do we go attacking? I don't know. Jay Carlos, though, with the 4-man wall in front of him, looking to get the ball into the box and connect. Keeps it on the ground. Haruki back out. Victor Reis, who hesitates. So Isaias comes with it. They're not going to cut him off, are they? Isaias still with the ball. Come on. Oh, just works his way around Juan Richard. Puts it into the middle. Finds Guy Mendez. And we're down 2-1. What awful defending. And I did read somewhere that there are match engine changes that are being planned to be released in the month of December. Whether or not that comes to fruition, I do not know at this point. One of those changes is how the defense reacts, and to hopefully prevent guys from just dribbling around left and right backs all the time. Oh my gosh. Off of a free kick, Rain Nascimento makes it 3-1. So we are going to go very attacking for the final 10 minutes. I don't think we're going to be able to claw back this match. Oh my God. What a slide tackle. I thought we were going to get a penalty, but he didn't. Now, Guy Mendes is just being allowed to run rampant up that right side. Is it going to get around the back? Of course he is. Into the box, Ron Teles, Guy Mendes, Ron Teles with a shot. And there is nothing Pedro Montavani can do about that one. JP has been tragic in this match, so let's get him out of there. Marcos Enrique, you are our only hope. 4-1 though. We're pretty much writing this one off, and it seems to be the way that whenever we achieve a certain level of success in this save and with this team, as we get to that success and we really start feeling comfortable with ourselves, we just get absolutely knocked back down. And Sampaio Correa did that to us. We are on the wrong end of a 4-1 score, my friends. Most of those stats going in our favor. The big one, though, 10 out of 13 shots on target for the opposition, 5 out of 17 for us. And that, my friends, is the difference. I mean, the other thing we can consider is that maybe we brought Jay Carlos back a little early. Maybe we shouldn't have gone with Nicholas. Maybe we shouldn't have tried JP out on the right wing. So many things that we can now second guess in hindsight, but we are still in 8th place. 14 matches of 19 played. There's only 5 to go. We're going to end the season in the next episode. We only have 5 wins, though. 6 draws. We got to do better. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.